in this lesson we're going to work on the Empire State Building. So first thing we're going to do is go here and see how the shape of the building is. So what I'm going to do is to go to my rectangle tool by clicking here, pressing M on my keyboard, and make a rectangle. It's around this size, and if you remember, I sometimes prefer to work with only the stroke. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do another one that is smaller, and then I'm going to do another one that is a little bit smaller, and another one that is just like this. I'm going to select all these shapes and align them with horizontal line center, and now I think this is looking okay. So what I'm going to do is select all of these, the 4 of these, and move them to the right a little bit by to the left by pressing Alt and Shift, and I think that's okay. So what I'm going to do right now is select the ones that I created first, select them all and unite them. So now this is going to be the main shape of my building. I'm going to create another rectangle here on the top, and another one that is smaller, and this place that is right here, this kind of an antenna. And I'm going to do the same that I did with these 2 shapes, just while moving them I'm going to press Alt and Shift. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fill this one with a white color, remove the stroke, then go to these 3 and unite them because I want them to have the same color. So probably this gray would work fine for them. And I'm going to go right click, arrange, send to back, or you can use the shortcut. And again, just as before with the Statue of Liberty, we can move this a little bit to the bottom so we can see and we don't have them behind our other things. So remember to remove the stroke. Now I'm going to have this one, have it yellow, and just send to back. Then I think I'm going to use the same yellow. So I could use the eyedropper by selecting here or pressing I on my keyboard, then right click, send back. And then for this one I'm going to use a darker, send it to back, then probably the same color for this one, and just make sure that for this other one you pick one that is darker, maybe that one, make it like that, make it a little bit thicker, and center it to this rectangle. And now remember to send it to back. And you can actually center it to both of these, not make it as tall. So remember with your direct selection tool, or you can press A on your keyboard, you can make this smaller and maybe a little bit wider. Okay, so this is kind of the shape that I am trying to replicate here. And you can see that it has a lot of windows, and I want to do that as well. So I'm going to go here to my rectangle tool and then create while pressing Shift, so I create a square. I'm going to use this dark blue as a window color. Then I'm going to make another copy by pressing Alt and Shift. Then I'm going to press Ctrl D to make the same copy with the same distance again. I'm going to select them all and group them and move them a little bit here probably. Yeah, I think that's okay. And I'm going to make a copy again by pressing Alt and Shift around there. Then I'm going to press Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D until I have enough copies there. I'm going to do the same with Ctrl D until I get to it almost to the top. I think right there is okay. So what I'm going to do right now is just select these rectangles here because they are going outside and I don't want to do that or to mask them. So what I'm going to do is you could ungroup them or go inside the groups by double clicking and then just remove this one and then go outside. But another way you can get around this is with the direct selection tool. You can select all the squares, and then press delete and make sure that you are selecting them all, and that's it. And I think this is looking okay. You can select all of them, and again, if you don't have any other element that is using this dark blue, you can select this and make sure that you are selecting similar objects. And you have them right there. And I want to actually move them a little bit to the bottom. So around there I think it's okay. And I'm going to select them all again and group them. And then I just want to make a copy for the other side, so I'm going to go right click, transform, reflect, make sure I'm reflecting on the vertical axis, and make a copy. And I'm going to move it to this side. And finally I want to create some other windows here on the middle. So, and I actually think that this is not as tall as in the proportion with the one that I have here. It's not as tall and probably not as wide, so I'm going to fix that by selecting everything except the windows and scaling them a little bit, probably like that. Maybe not make it that wide. Make sure that you are making it a little bit taller, and then let's select the windows and move them here on the bottom. And probably I'm gonna delete this one because I'm going to have to repeat some of the windows here because they don't work for this new layout. So that's okay. I can go double click on the group, and let's just double click here and select one of these, press Ctrl C, go one level of the group to the top, and press Ctrl Shift B so you place it on the exact same place. Now I'm gonna move it a little bit to the right, and again, just as before, by pressing Alt and Shift, move these windows to fill those spaces that you needed, and go outside the group. Sorry. And now I want these two to have the same distance as the other one, so I move them, and again Ctrl D right until there. I think that's okay. And I'm going to do what I did before, right click, transform, reflect, and make sure that I'm reflecting on the vertical axis, and make a copy, move it to this side, and now you have, and I think now the proportions are better. So I'm gonna add some windows here on the middle. So to do that, again, I'm going to copy one of these squares. So I'm gonna press Ctrl C. Then this one I can paste it wherever I want by pressing Ctrl B, and then just move it around here. I think that would look nice. Make a copy by dragging and pressing Alt and Shift. Release them, group both of these, make sure that you center them, and then let's make a copy around there. And then I want to make a lot of copies till I get to the top by pressing Ctrl D. Remember that repeats the last action. I think this one's on the top doesn't look nice, so that's it. And with this, we have a building that resembles our reference. And as I told you before, if your city has different buildings, make sure that you try to capture what is unique about them. So for example, in here you can see the different levels that we have been trying to recreate, how it kind of looks like a stair right here on the border. So now that I have this, I'm going to go Ctrl G to group it and put this building on my map. I'm going to scale it, of course, because I think it's too big, and move it around here. So probably a little bit smaller, and move it probably around there. I think it will work fine. So now we have our building there, and on the next lesson we're gonna keep populating this map by adding some other buildings here and some trees and houses. So see you in the next lesson.